So welcome, welcome, welcome. Some of you, like I said, I've never met personally. Some of you have known forever. Some of you have come to Mystica before. Some of you several times. And some of you have never been. So we're in like a big, huge mix here. And this isn't everyone, but this is a mix of both weeks. So some of you will see each other when we are at Mystica, and some of you will not. And that's why, because you're in two different weeks. So welcome, welcome to all of you. I don't know. Welcome to those that can't watch this live. I think there's about 10 or 12 who can't make it live today. So there's there's a nice little group of human beings getting exposed either for the first time or again for Mystica. Today, um, we're not going to do like introductions with each other. I have a different intention for today. But we do have an informational kind of introduction meeting on January 30th. Again, we'll all be in the same group, even though there's two separate weeks present here. Um, and I'll go over what today's about, but there will be on January 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. There's another Zoom, and that's like an informational, like, what do we bring? Just all the questions like that you might have as we get closer to the actual retreat. And then we'll have more of a kind of like introduction to each other, sort of. So today you won't be really participating in this in as far as like speaking, because I have a different intention for today. And I've never done this with any of my retreats. I've never done a session that has to do with the retreat. I mean, basically today I'm considering this like we are on retreat already. And I was really guided to do this for these weeks for a number of reasons. And I liked the idea. I sat with it for a little while and I thought, oh my gosh, I don't want to take more of people's time. And then it was like, nope, this is really important. So before we get to the whole point of today, I have, let's see, two things to request. These are big requests, important requests, as they do have to do with your retreat. The first is for those of you who haven't sent your flights to me, please send your flights as soon as you know. Some of you haven't gotten your flights yet, which makes total sense. Some of you just signed up yesterday. So, just remember to get your flights to me. What's really important is the airport you're flying out of, your airline, and the flight number, of course, the times, but I need to get that information to Mystica. Obviously, we have several months before, but the more they have in advance, the smoother it goes for everybody. So I just want to make sure that's out there. And remember to book your flights to the Liberia airport, not to San Jose, but to Liberia. And be sure, most are, but be sure that your flights land before 2 p.m. on that Saturday that we are arriving. So that way we can all be on the same shuttle buses, or sometimes there's two different shuttle buses. I'll go over all that information again in January, but if you haven't booked your flight, just remember those are the needs. And if anybody has any questions about the little but not so little details about the trip, by all means email me or type a question in the WhatsApp app that we're all in, and Deb, I'll get that information to you and to Sabrina. But if you're not in the WhatsApp, it just is a little bit harder to stay connected to like what's going on. So make sure you join the WhatsApp. The other thing, very important for your trip that has not been mentioned anywhere, so this is the first time all of you are hearing this, but I want everyone to find a photo of themselves between the ages of 1 and 10, preferably between 2 and maybe 8. Some of you might not have any. Some of you might only have one and it's you at 15, you know, whatever the case is, try to find a very young photo of yourself. Like I said, if you have multiple to choose from, see which ones you're connected to from about the ages of 2 to 7, 7, 8-ish. And then I want you to do two things with that photo. One, send it to me in an email. And that's only so I know you have it. I'm not printing them or anything like that, but I want to know that everyone has it because a lot of our retreat is going to be working with that photo. So you have to have that photo with you. You don't want to forget it. So send it to me so I know you have it. And then two, don't forget to bring it or print one out with you to our trip. I've never, actually in the Dominican Republic, Carrie, we did do this, didn't we? So we had the photo of ourselves. Yeah. We're doing the same thing differently though. A similar thing differently. So any questions with that, just email me. When you say, does it have to be the physical copy? Can it be a photocopy of the paper, of the picture, whatever you can do? Like if it's a physical photo, for all of us who are older than you, Kate, and we actually used to print out all our photos versus the new generation that has it all digitized. Yeah, it can be the actual physical photo or just a copy of the photo. So today, why we're having this retreat, or why we're having today, is because I want you all to be in the mindset and in the awareness that the retreat has already started for all of us. The moment you said yes to this, the energy starts working. The energy and the intention, the process, what you receive out of it, it already starts to happen in the world of energy. We never think of that. We usually, you know, oh, sure, I'll do this. And then we do all the details and we book the trip and we get the details and we pack our suitcases, we get there. And then when we get there, we tend to feel really like rushed in order to get it all in that week. Like, it's my only week I have. I need to make sure I'm paying attention. We get very intense when, and this is for any vacation, not just a retreat, but right, we need to like suck it all in and we need to enjoy and we need to appreciate and we need to do all these things. And I know I have that happen to me when I go on retreat. I see it with everybody happening when we're on retreat or vacation, whatever it is. And that's been sitting with me of like, oh, how can we open our energy field for the whole experience versus being so intense, which is the complete opposite of the whole intention of a retreat, right? The retreat is to just sort of be the container to hold yourself with the work that you've already been doing in your life. So that was part of the reason of like, oh yeah, let's start the retreat. Let's get ourselves aware that we're in the energy field of the unknown right now. And with the unknown, we can sort of set intentions and start to reap the benefits of the retreat months in advance. So that's the point of today, is to be really aware of the moment you said yes to this, it all started. The universe loves a decision, right? With decision, not making a decision is a decision. It's a decision of not making one. So you've made the decision to come into something. Either you've been there before and you have some familiarity, but you still have no idea what's going to happen this time. So you made a decision to be in an uncertain environment for yourself. How silly would it be to wait to make all those intentions after we've landed and ate our first delicious meal and we go to bed? You know, it just doesn't make sense. So just realize and kind of see if you can feel that a sensation around the decision you've made to attend. And that way we don't have to be so intense and we can just really follow the flow of what is with some intentional direction. So today I'm just going to do a brief meditation with everyone, like a visualization meditation. I'll talk a little bit, then we'll do the meditation and you'll do a little journaling around that. But, I want you to start realizing like you're already here. You're already in the environment that you decided to place yourself in, which just kind of notice how that feels to even think that way. And the theme this year is every year I really like meditate and feel my way through what's the theme, what's coming up. And sometimes it's whatever's coming up within myself and my own life. I'm not unique as much as I like to think I am. I'm not unique that I'm experiencing what we're all experiencing. You're all experiencing what I'm experiencing. We're very much one. And some of you might have heard me talk about what I call goo phase, which I'll explain in a moment. But this idea of being in the unknown and not knowing what we want, or knowing what we want, but not knowing how to get there, or whatever that is, it's like, just reminds me of like this whole thing of being in a cocoon. And we're always in a cocoon. And it just emerged of like, okay, this is like the sacred cocoon. How do we mindfully or intentionally create change within ourselves? How do we do that when life is happening and speeding by and with ridiculousness, right? We're like, our mind is so distracted all the time with tasks and goals and classes we sign up for and obligations and then fun obligations, like all the things, right? How do we stay focused with intention mindfully when we're doing a lot of things, spending money, taking time off of work, making, packing bags, traveling thousands of miles? Doesn't make sense to do so much if we're not focused on why we're doing it or what we want to do it for. So today is all about that. And as I thought about this particular theme, I just kept going back to the whole cocoon and the whole butterfly and how the caterpillar goes into this space and then it comes out a completely different creature. And how, we know that, we've heard that since we're children, but how insane is that? I mean, that's pretty wild. It goes in this slinky little bug, long leggy thing, and then it goes into a space of complete nothingness that it created for itself. And then it comes out completely with an entirely different way of navigating the world. Before it was on the ground, slow and steady. And then it emerges where there's really no boundaries, no limits. This butterfly can fly. It has a bigger view. It doesn't have the ground's view. It has the, I call it zooming out. So, I mean, that's just astounding. Right. And we don't think about that. Why? Because we're busy and distracted with Netflix and our phones and Facebook and, just garbage. And I thought, oh, and I am too. I'm distracted by all the things. And how sad that we don't really place more attention, or what a waste. Maybe it's not sad. What a waste that we don't pay attention to real possible change in major ways. And we know it's possible because just look at a butterfly. That just is all the proof we need, let alone, just being born. I mean, look at that miracle. I mean, there's miracles like this happening all the time. A seed, you look at a little seed and it's just a little dot of nothingness and then it creates a huge tree. I mean, miracles of transformation and change are around us all the time. And yet the way our brains are wired, we forget that we're part of that. So today is that reminder of wait a minute. Yeah, I'm not stuck. I'm not stuck. I just might not be placing energy in an area where I would like change. That's probably more the case than being incapable, or your environment is not allowing you to change, or, it's it's never going to happen for me, or all the things that we think. It's quite possible. It's just we're probably just not placing our attention towards what we want. So today is about that. And it's about, as I think of this butterfly, the caterpillar into the butterfly, in that cocoon space, really what happens in the cocoon that it created for itself. So this caterpillar must have some sort of knowing that it has to go into this cocoon. Otherwise, it wouldn't do it. It just wouldn't do it. A caterpillar, I mean, it's going to sound funny, and it is funny, but like in seriousness, a caterpillar doesn't have a phone to distract it from its knowingness. It doesn't have, a boss telling it to, hey, I know you need time for yourself, but you need to go get this project done. Or it doesn't have family obligations or bills to pay. It doesn't have those things. So it's able to step into its knowingness and know when it's time to go into a cocoon for change. And I know that we have this knowingness inside too, but we're distracted. We get distracted. That's the only difference between the human species and every other species. A seed is not distracted. It's just resting in its own selfness all the time. And when the knowingness, that intuition comes up, it knows when to be planted or when to take root or when to go into the cocoon. And again, we're no different, except that we're distracted. So today is about like reconnecting to that knowingness inside of you, knowing that there's a reason why you are doing all the spiritual work and workshops and reading and whatever it is that you're doing or not doing. There's a reason. I want to connect you or reconnect you or make you real aware of this knowingness inside, even if you don't know what it is. I know you have it because you wouldn't have signed up. There's no doubt about it. So we're already in the idea of building a cocoon, and we'll kind of place like our time at Mystica will be the cocoon. Today is our cocoon. We have the time for the cocoon all the time. And with this knowing, what happens when we have this knowing and we create time and space for ourselves, we actually dissolve into nothing. The caterpillar doesn't say, okay, legs now become lighter, and okay, furry back now become wings. Like, it doesn't tell itself what to do. It doesn't direct it in the way that we might. Okay, starting Monday, I'm only going to drink water when I get up. And starting Tuesday, I'm going to walk 30 minutes a day. And starting Wednesday, I'm going to do yoga every day. Like we're so like, oh, this is what we're going to do. And there's nothing wrong with that, but there's an intensity behind it. But really what happens to that caterpillar is it listens to this knowingness and it starts building itself a cocoon, not really probably knowing what's going to come, the butterfly. And then it goes in this cocoon and it completely dissolves into goo. Complete nothingness. No version of itself is familiar whatsoever. And no version of itself of what it's going to become is evident yet either. That's astounding. That's like mind-blowing to me. If we really think about it, it's like mind-blowing to talk about the level of trust that a little caterpillar has for some process. And with humans, I believe, I know we have that same knowingness, we have that same calling, that same intuition, but with our distractions, we get moved away and we keep delaying our dissolving. And we just keep trying harder to be the caterpillar with the idea of, oh, if I could only blah, blah, blah. And instead of just flowing with this potential like dissolving of your own self and trusting yourself for your knowing. That makes sense so far? Yeah, we have this knowing, even if we don't know what it is. We have this knowing that there's something we want, something we desire, something we want to show everyone and everything. And we don't even know we don't have to know what that is. We just have to know there's a knowing, a calling, the intuition, whatever we want to call it. So I want to get us really used to dissolving and letting what once was dissolve, and using the trust of our intuition to put ourselves back together so we emerge whatever it is we are supposed to emerge. And that's the point of today, to start the priming of our own consciousness, to be working on this for the next 120 days. Thank you, Donna, for posting that in our retreat page on Facebook. So 120 days we have for the group, for group one. Group two, you might have whatever the math is. Don't ask me to do math in goo phase. Definitely don't ask me to ever do math. So we have 120 days, 145 days, we'll call it 150 days, to really let this start percolating within ourselves. So let's get into a nice brief meditation. So get yourself in a comfortable position. Upright is preferable for meditations. And when you feel settled in this moment, whether you've never meditated before or you meditate all the time, just use your imagination to the best of your ability and just allow yourself to just go into a space with this meditation. So go ahead and close your eyes and just first become aware of your body in your chair. And feel yourself supported by your chair or the floor, whatever you're sitting on. And give your brain a little break in that you don't have to do anything right now. Just have to be in this moment, whatever that means. If you're comfortable, be comfortable. If you're uncomfortable, be uncomfortable. And then allow yourself to just be aware of your breath and your breathing. Just notice the sensations of your breath, how it feels when the air goes in through your nostrils. And how does the air feel as you exhale? And slowly scan yourself from the top of your head all the way down your face, your throat, your neck, your shoulders, your collarbones, your chest, your upper back, your rib cage, your mid back, your abdomen, your lower back, your side body, both arms, down to your fingertips. Be aware of your pelvis, your hips, aware of your both legs all the way down to your toes. If it's available to allow any part of your body to just maybe sink in, let go, relax. And whatever can't, don't ask it to. It will in its own time. Let yourself be exactly as you are right now. And then just gently and with nothing but self compassion, just gently allow aspects of yourself that you would like to change or to upgrade. Just allow some of these qualities and characteristics of yourself to just come bubbling gently up to the surface. And if you find yourself making a to-do list of self, just ease off the intensity and just become aware of aspects of you that just don't feel good for you anymore. Allow whatever that is, or whatever those are, to gently come to the surface of your mind. And if your mind brings external factors or people into play, bring yourself back to yourself. What is it about you that you would like to dissolve, to fall away, to change? And I want you to literally begin to imagine these aspects of yourself. Imagine if you could identify a place in your body or places in your body where they exist. There's no right or wrong. Just let your imagination pull that up. So where are these aspects of yourself residing? There's no right or wrong. And using your imagination, if you could place a shape or a form or a color to any of these old aspects of yourself, these parts that just no longer serve you anymore. Begin to use your imagination and describe them as a color or shape, texture, form, and see them where they reside in your body. Maybe you can sense how they feel as they occupy your body. We're going to allow them to be there right now. With compassion, let yourself become aware. And if you don't have words to describe or explain, you don't need them. You can just imagine or feel them in yourself. And then just using your imagination, imagine these parts of you begin to dissolve. Imagine chipping away, evaporating, whatever comes to mind. Imagine this leaves your body. And if any of them remain or feel stubborn to release or dissolve, just notice that. Don't try to work harder on them. It's actually through less effort that the dissolving happens. If you don't know what to do or how to release or make it smaller, then back away and let it dissolve itself with no help from you, no interception from you. Begin to imagine that your whole body begins to dissolve. Imagine there's no need to hold any shape of yourself right now. Imagine your old ways of being, old familiar patterns of behaving, old thoughts on repeat. The self you've known to this moment. Just imagine it's all melting into a goo. Even the parts of you you want to keep, if there are any, let those melt too. Your whole self is melting into possibility right now. Notice if there's any resistance, any fear. Notice if there's any dialogue that's contrary, and allow that to just melt. Allow yourself to experience yourself as this sacred goo. Imagine that sacred goo becomes illuminated. Any color, maybe white light, maybe gold, silver, any color. Just begin to imagine you can feel a vibration, almost the vibration of insight or inspiration from the goo. As if lightning has struck the goo and illuminated it, energized it, activated it. And let yourself put your trust into the goo. Let your mind rest with relief of not having to figure anything out, not having to know anything, but instead just feeling the electricity of the goo. Just feel and imagine the pure potential of the goo and place your trust in it. Recognize this sacred goo and its pure potential as fresh, clean, clear energy. That's you. That's the truest you. The mind always wants to know what's next. Right now is just the beingness of pure potential. You don't need to know what you're becoming. You don't need to direct the process. Only allow yourself to trust and feel the sacred goo. Imagine it's radiating energy, almost like a throbbing or a heartbeat. Pure potential of being you. The most dynamic, sensational part of you. Feel or imagine the wisdom of this potential, the power of this potential, the sheer brilliance of this potential. And then using the visual of this goo, just imagine that every cell of your physical body right now is energized with this potential, this energy, this vibration. Imagine your body is pulsating with potential, pure energy, pure being. Allow yourself to feel the trust in your own potential in this form. Feel the effortlessness that goes into being, just radiating, being aware of your true self, your true nature. Repeat to yourself or find another phrase that resonates with you. I trust my sacred goo. I trust my potential. I trust my true self. I trust my becoming. Remind yourself that anytime you are behaving out of your old, dissolved parts, that you just pause, notice, and then remind yourself to reconnect to your pure potential. That pure potential will effortlessly direct the mind and direct the heart, placing both in coherence with each other. And everything will unfold pristinely from your potential. So practice for a moment. Allow yourself to see old patterns and behaviors. Imagine you're doing something you wish to change about yourself. See it in your mind's eye. And then tell yourself, pause. Reconnect to the electric sacred goo. And bring awareness, keeping your eyes closed, but bring awareness of yourself back in your room, in your seat. Become aware of the physical being that joined this Zoom. Allow yourself to be the physical human you, but hold on to the sensation of your pure potential, the energy, the sacred goo, the effortlessness of being. Feel that in your body, just as you are right now. That you is always in the backdrop. That you is always present. That you is always the source. When you're ready, you can place one or both hands on your heart if that feels intuitive for you. And feel the space from your hands to your heart and your heart to your hands. Feel that deep trust in your true self. Feel that deep compassion and love for the beingness you are. Feel the wisdom within you that knows how to transform. Like the caterpillar, you carry that wisdom. You carry the blueprint of your becoming. Bring in deep gratitude for this person as you are, as you have been, and who you are moving into. And over the next 120 to 150 days, the days before our retreat, you'll stay vigilant to notice what's ready to dissolve in you. Notice what wants to transform. Feel that trust within yourself, that your sacred cocoon is available all the time. It also awaits us at Mystica. Really sink in to the gratitude for your own knower to place you on this journey with yourself and each other. And I have deep, deep gratitude for your presence, for your trust, for your process, your willingness to become that sacred goo. When you feel ready, and only when you're ready, I want you to take a moment or two to journal anything about that experience that is necessary for you to put down on paper. And only when you're ready. Allow yourself to stay into the effortlessness. Your journaling begins to feel like a lot of doing or efforting, or I have to sink back into the goo. There's no effort to the goo. Just take another maybe 30 seconds with your journaling, and I encourage you to continue it after the Zoom. And then I want you to look on your screen when you are ready and just become aware of those who we can see on the Zoom and hold in our mind, those who are not physically present, but we can imagine their presence. And whether you're on two separate trips or not, energetically, we're all connected. And so I want you to be aware that you connecting to your potential and really residing in that space allows others to do the same for themselves. And so together, we're actually reinforcing each other to be our true selves without being dependent on one another. We're co-creating with each other. So take a moment to feel deep gratitude for complete strangers who are about to embark on a journey of the unknown. And together we're going to help each other dissolve and become. And want to be respectful of everyone's time. So whatever this started to move or become aware of, whatever this started to do for you, I encourage you to share it in the WhatsApp. If you haven't joined the WhatsApp, send me an email and then I'll send you an invite. I think there's only two people, but they're new. They just signed up who are not in the WhatsApp. But if you're not in the WhatsApp, send me an email and then I'll send you the invite. That's our group chats that are very helpful in case you have questions to come up. It would be interesting to share what came up for you in the WhatsApp if you feel comfortable with that. If you don't, you don't have to. For those of you that need to log off and go on with the rest of your day, please feel free to do that. I'll just keep the time open for another maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15, 14 minutes, 13 minutes. If anyone has any questions, not so much about the details of the trip, because again, that's later in the year, not the nuts and bolts, but if you have any questions about this process or what you could do next or that, I'm here for it for the next, let's see, 13 minutes. And for those of you that have to log off, thank you for this time. And I'm here. You all know how to find me, to email me if things come up. We are co-creating a process, and the process, like I said, has already begun. It doesn't just begin on the day you arrive and end on the day you arrive. Nowhere close. So exciting. So if you have to log off, by all means, go ahead and do that. If you have questions, thoughts, comments, I'm here for it. And if you do log off, just don't forget to unmute and say goodbye to all of us. I think it's helpful. Look at you all standing around, sitting here like, I don't want to leave.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye, Chris. Bye, Daisy.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Bonnie. We have a bunch of Bonnies this trip. And we have Bonnie Wallace and Donna Wallace, which has been throwing me off.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Donna.
Bye. Bye.
A lot of Donnas, a lot of Bonnies. That's so funny. Bonnie, nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you. I have to tell you, Deborah, that I wish I had done your workshop and retreat 20 years ago.
So do I.
I guess it's never too late, but I'm very impressed.
Oh, good. Wonderful. I can't wait to meet you and hug you all.
I can't wait to meet you either, because I've heard about you for many years. My daughter thinks you're amazing, and I truly believe her. For those of you that may not know, my daughter is Lori Miles, who is part owner of Mystica, and will be involved in a few of our things maybe. But I'm very proud of my daughter, Lori.
She is. I didn't know if I didn't ask you in advance if I could share that with anyone, so I didn't want to share it in case you didn't want that. I don't know if you wanted.
Oh no, I'm happy to share it. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
Lori.
been one of my greatest teachers.
Oh, anyone who's met her already, I mean, she's the embodiment of an angel on earth.
Yes, she is. You know what? Everybody says that because I've gone to many retreats there. And that's what everybody says. And she's certainly been an angel for me. And she's come through a lot, but she has a lot of compassion because of what she's come through, I think. And yeah, I just love her to death.
Yeah, she's amazing. Unbelievably, just, yeah. She raises the bar of energy.
And so do you. And so do you. When I listen to you, I thought, now I know why Lori feels so connected to Deborah. Yeah.
Oh, that means everything. You have no idea.
Well, like I said, I wish I had met you 20 years ago. I'm very grateful. I already, my gratitude is overflowing, and this is exactly what I need right now. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy. So happy.
Be the grandmother of the group.
Nope. We have all age ranges. There's
my friend who couldn't be here today, Faye, yes. She's 77. Wow. But I feel it's never too late.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness that I think it's helpful for all ages to see all ages.
Yes.
You know, hey Jim, Jay's daughter, they logged off, but Jay's daughter is 18, and imagine starting this journey.
Really? Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, she's going away to college next year, and so she's embarking on this with Jay.
Wow. Oh, wow. Lucky her.
Big time. Yep. Anyone else want to share?
Yeah. Yes, your son-in-law is also incredible, and Tino is adorable.
He's my little prince. I absolutely adore him. Oh my gosh. And I love my son-in-law too. You know, I lost my husband through divorce, but I feel that I'm very blessed to have the family that I have. And yeah, I think that Lori, Francesco, and Tino are very special.
They're angels here on earth.
They are. They really are. And yeah, thank you, Lynn. That's very nice of you, and Deborah. But yeah, I truly feel blessed.
I feel with Mystica, I feel like it became part of my purpose on this planet to bring people there because of the level of true, genuine love, compassion, integrity
Exactly.
that
Exactly.
exists there, specifically through Lori, Tino, and Francesco. You know, so it's like I feel that I have to bring people there.
That's wonderful
Yeah.
because my yoga teacher that I've been with for many years, I've done 3 retreats with her there. And I had tried to convince her for a few years, oh, I'm not interested in leading retreat, da 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 da. But as soon as she stepped off the bus at Mystica, she said, oh my God, this is heaven. And
Really is.
yeah,
Really is. It
yeah, I
really
think the whole feeling there too. You feel supported by nature, and you feel free, and I don't know. I feel so blessed that I have the opportunity to go there at least once a year. And this year I'm going twice. I'm going for a little holiday in January. But it is a mystical place.
It truly is. It's named exactly for what it is.
I know.
And
Yeah.
and since the first year, I mean, I honestly, whenever I come out of myself and I'm feeling what, lost, or my mind brings me back to Mystica. It's like it truly is life changing.
Yes.
Life changing. And the women you meet, like, Trudy's on right now. It's the connection, and it's true. The moment you get there, it's you want to do better for yourself. Like, you want to heal yourself.
Yeah.
You want to do all the things, right, Deborah? Do all the things that, and it started. And I mean, I know for myself, the growth, the fears, me sleeping in a room alone in the middle of a jungle.
Yeah.
Like, I'm afraid to stay in my own house alone. Like, it's just crazy. It's crazy, but I can't wait to get there. It can't come soon enough. Every time you post, Deborah, how many days? Not soon enough.
Yep.
And Lori, Tino, and Francesco. I mean, Tino, he's Tino. He's my little Lego prince.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's he is one special kid, man. He really, really, he's, well, I don't have to tell you. And Lori and Francesco, I mean, they're angels. Like everyone says, they are angels here on earth. And
Yes.
they
Yeah.
they welcome you with all of their being, and it's felt from, like, inside.
Yes.
And I know
It's
I
true.
talk too much, so I'm gonna say goodbye. And
Goodbye.
thank
Me
you
too.
all, and
Nice to meet you
Deborah,
guys.
thank you, for everything you do for helping me become the person I was meant to be. I don't want to get all crazy, but I love you. Trudy, I can't wait to see you. Ladies, have a great, great week.
You too. You too. We're anxious to meet you.
And absolutely. Thank you.
While we're
Bye.
on the Robin, Deb, and Carrie, this will be their first time. and they're all in the same week actually, and they're in the same week that Margaret, you're in.
Oh, wow.
And then Trudy, Bonnie, and Lynn are in this, and Jill are in the first week. So
Yes.
so energetically we're connected even if we're not in the same group.
Yeah. I can understand your confusion if there is a Bonnie, and Donna Wallace. Lori said at the beginning, you were confusing us, and now I understand.
There's a Donna, and then there's a Donna Wallace, and then there's a Bonnie Wallace and a Bonnie.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to be very, and I'm not, I don't tend to describe myself or think of myself as a detailed oriented person. So I have to be super vigilant when it comes to all of you, like, which Donna is this? Which Bonnie is this? Which Wallace is this? So it's been quite the practice. Does anyone else have anything they want to add or share or feel incomplete if you don't speak?
I'll say I'm so looking forward after this call to meeting those of you on the second week. This is my little Jaxie. He wanted
Yes, I love you already.
I was, and he wanted to partake. But I so look forward to meeting those of you who I'm going to have the pleasure of meeting, and wish y'all well.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So glad Deb just jumped in yesterday.
Yeah.
Really
Wow.
very cool. Yeah, perfect timing.
I
Perfect.
joined my friend Sabrina, who I met a month ago at Deborah's workshop at Omega. And
Oh.
Sabrina and I are like soul sisters now. We talk multiple times a week. We have so many things in common, people in common. Synchronicities have happened between the two of us. And I just told her she had to come, and now we just signed on board. So we're excited.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
So exciting.
Yeah. Okay. See you guys. Have a great Saturday.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Have a great Saturday. You all know where to find me if you need anything. I'm here, and here to watch the dissolution and the creation with all of you. So thank
I'm
you.
certainly looking forward to that. Yes, yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, namaste.
Be in touch. Namaste. For
Namaste.
sure.
Namaste.
Mhm. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Tell
Nice
Lori I
to
said
meet you.
hello.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to call her right now.
Great.
Tell her Lynn says
Thank
hi.
you.
Lynn and
I
Jim.
will. I will. Oh dear.
Okay.
Goodbye,
Bye.
Lynn. Bye,
Guys.
Jim. Bye, Jill. Bye, Bonnie.